too far again, because then the pinky's going to be all. And is that touching
No.
where it needs to be? So every time you come up, you'll need to put it back in that same spot. So it kind of, it shouldn't be a separate motion. As you're coming up, it should kind of glide along there. If you can maybe, I don't know if you can keep it touching, like right there.
It doesn't do that.
Yeah, okay. So again, everybody's hand's a little different that way. And here, with this exercise, you don't have a straight line. Ooh, what happened? I didn't mean to make your hand do that. I just brought your wrist up, and when I brought your wrist up, this sunk way down like that. So, okay, I'm trying to get your hand to, do you notice how your huggers are just kind of gliding along there? Or they're sort of just, they're not, okay, so if I do this quite a bit with my students' hands. I want the huggers to be engaged on the stick, not be just floating around. When I say float, because I did say glide that finger over, okay? But that's a different thing than, just letting your fingers kind of go like this. If I'm pulling your hand up, I want the two huggers. What have I said in the past? I think I've said probably melt the huggers into the stick. Okay, so the thumb is actually not touching right in the right spot. There you go. Yeah, make sure the thumb is touching on its tip right next to the nail, just like the downward thumb pivot. Okay, so it is the downward thumb pivot, except that your hand is in this position. You're just hanging your hand, the floppy hand. Now back up, that looks good. Don't come up too far. Okay, freeze, look in the mirror. All right, so here's how I want you to be set up. This should be remember the hiking story?
Yeah.
Okay, that should, put it back the way it was. Yeah, don't try to go into that position because I'm holding the bow, so it can't move. Can you keep your huggers gently hugging as I move your wrist? Yeah, this one's not really hugging. Oop, I felt tightness in this part of your arm when you did that. Yeah, so keep everything just very super relaxed. You're going to be hanging your hand from your wrist. And now this finger right here needs to be engaged. So now if I move your fingers up and down, they should, yeah, there you go. So they feel like they're melting into the stick as I'm doing that. Okay. Ooh, that's tight. Yeah, I was trying to get them to do this and they wouldn't move there. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, all right. So again, we're in the suspended arm position. Can you let go of the bow? Okay, just let your hand be all floppy. All right, now look in the mirror. I'm gonna let go, so just keep it there. All right, so watch what happens. Look in the mirror. So don't grab onto the bow because you shouldn't be grabbing it. Remember, it's a bow balance. So can you just keep that hanging there in that floppy position? Yeah, as soon as I brought the bow up to your hand, I was trying to make it, this keeps popping up here, which is just a habit. So if you're just falling asleep and your hand's hanging off the bed, it's not gonna look like that. Yeah, see, that's just natural position. Right. This just has a habit of coming out. So look in the mirror and make a half a pinky space. Well, don't bring it down. Just bring it closer. Yeah,
It doesn't
okay.
feel relaxed though.
Let's do it with the other hand. So bring your hand up into the suspended arm position. Why don't you just do the whole thing? So take 3 seconds to come up. 1, 2, 3. That was a little fast. Let's do it again. 1, 2 should be at your face, and 3 is up. And then 3 seconds to come down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is how far your fingers are apart naturally. Okay, so it's maybe a little farther in the space, but not nearly as far as it was at one time. So now you can put this hand down. Let's just suspend it a little higher. Okay, now as you are resting your bow on the string, your hand is being lifted a little bit like that. Okay. Okay, now. So just let your hand be all nice and floppy, and let's bring it over here. Okay, so your first finger went into a hook shape. But don't, when you made it straight, all I wanted you to do was do this. You moved your knuckles up. Okay, so go back to the floppy hand, let go of the bow. Okay, yeah, I feel quite a bit of tightness in here when you actually have your, yeah, there you go. So you're just letting the bow rest on the string, and you're balancing it with the fingers. And this could be up a little higher. Okay, so now this is pretty much a flat surface. Can you see in the mirror? Okay, so does that feel relaxed? Good. Okay, so as we're talking, it's kind of coming down a little bit. Ooh. So all you needed to do was move this, all right? Because I think your elbow just dropped. And when you came up, you weren't looking in the mirror, but your fingers all went haywire, okay? So can you put your wrist back where it belongs? Yeah, so you had to, actually, this had to be relaxed. You're going back into that suspended arm position. Okay, and now this finger looks like it's not very engaged. So when you hug with this, don't let this go into a hook shape. All right, so now, look in the mirror. Don't let your fingers change significantly, okay? So it's more pronated. Now, the ulna bump is up a little bit more, and it's in more towards your nose, right? Okay, and now this finger is not really engaged. So don't drop it over too far. Okay, can you relax your, yeah, there we go. Okay, freeze. Now, this, when I say freeze, don't tighten up though, okay? This feels, I'm having trouble moving your arm. Can you keep your shoulder relaxed? There you go. Okay, look in the mirror. Shoulder relaxed. I'm just gonna kind of move your hand around here. Can you keep your huggers from just, can you keep them melting into the stick the whole time I'm messing with your hand here? Can you relax your shoulder more and don't hang on my hand? I know it's tempting to do that. So keep your own hand suspended. Freeze right here. The bow's resting on the string. Okay. Do you feel these melting into the stick? Okay, good. All right, and don't let your pinky collapse downwards, because when you do, everything, yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit, the pinky's a little bit firmer than you're used to having it probably. Let's go to the A string level. Okay, now go ahead and do the isolated finger stroke. Look in the mirror. Keep hanging. So this is tight. Yeah, this is doing no work. It is going along with the, so it's doing no work to balance, I should say. Right, so as we're doing this, this is coming down a little bit. Again, the suspended arm, you have this, look in the mirror. So you're looking, what are you looking in the mirror for? What are you looking to see?
Like a level surface.
Yeah, that should be pretty much a level surface right there, especially if you're on the D string. Let's go to the D. I was trying to do the A because there's less, oh, this is the other thing you're looking for in the mirror. And then come back up. Yeah, and as you do this, this may come closer, probably well to your fingers, and then it goes back to the original position. Freeze, so this needs to stay hanging. I'd say the big thing is hang. Look in the mirror, because you can't see enough. If you're not looking in the mirror, you might want to turn that way for this, because you're not looking for a straight bow. Yeah, turn this way even a little bit more so you can see your all your fingers. Okay, now just stay on the D string. Yeah. I kind of wanted you to do this when I said stay on the D string, because you were on the D and the A, right? Okay, so to change the angle, you change your violin socket joint there. And the hanging thing.